Can a no-code bubble.io app be added to the iOS App Store? Well, technically yes, but there are some serious points you need to consider. First of all is what counts as a native app. When you submit an app to the Apple App Store, the iOS App Store, you have to ensure that it meets all of the rules and conditions that Apple puts in place. Now, many apps will just simply slip through the net, but you must realize that if you're breaking the rules, when you update that app, meaning not when you update your Bubble app, but if you update the codes that you submit through Xcode onto the Apple servers, each time you do that, are you running a risk that Apple's going to turn around and say, no, you can't do it? And the reason I bring this up is because there are lines in the T's and C's that basically say you can't just put a website on there. You have to be providing features that would not be possible with a web app. So stuff like location could be a feature that is available on a web app, like GPS data. Things like push notifications, well, that is actually a great area because you can send push notifications through some of the latest versions of Safari on iOS, but it doesn't seem to be that far widely adopted. So it really depends on whether you think you can run the risk of justifying that the app that you've built in Bubble does go beyond features that can be built with a web app when you submit it to the Apple iOS App Store. So how do you actually submit it? Well, there's a process known as wrappers. And you should be considering this is all bearing in mind that Bubble is very slowly rolling out their native app builder. Obviously, when you have access to the native app builder, and perhaps when they've added a few extra features, judging from what I've heard, then that is the route to go down. Personally, I would not be building an iOS app in Bubble's web app builder and submitting it through a wrapper, and I'm going to explain why. Well, one of those reasons is that I would wait until I get access to the Bubble native app builder, but there are additional risks and limitations with using a wrapper. So when I talk about a wrapper, what am I talking about? Well, I'm going to go back a few years to when I launched a habit tracker. I built it in Bubble's web app editor, but I wanted things like push notifications, GPS data, and at the time the best option available was WebView Gold, and I purchased it through Code Canyon for between $60 and $90. And what this does is it provides you with an Xcode package. Xcode is Apple's developer software. It allows you to upload your apps straight to the App Store for review and for publication, and so they provide you with an app that just shows a website. You swap in your website, you enable certain features. This enabled me to do things like push notifications. I'd say the biggest thing to consider when going down the route of a wrapper is, does it provide a Bubble plugin? Because you have to be able to send data between your web view and your app, things like push notifications, location data, image upload, all that sort of thing. You want it to work like a native app if indeed you are trying to convince your users that it is a native app. So I use WebView Gold, but since then a number of different wrappers have come on the market. I believe one of the most popular is by BDK. And in fact, they've got a post on the Bubble forum showing a large number of apps that have successfully launched onto the App Store. So I'm saying there are risks, but plenty of people have done it. Further limitations. Of course, your app is not going to run offline. A good wrapper, this is certainly the case with the WebView Gold, is that you can put up a basically an HTML template that's stored locally that gives a message that your app is offline. But you may have built an app which, from a user experience, your users expect to work offline, and so it's going to be rather disappointing when they open up your app and they've got no sales signal that they can't actually access part of your apps. So that's a limitation. The other thing is that you can get into all sorts of difficulty with trying to make your app behave like a native app, when of course it is just a web page that is loading. Things like loading time, things like how iOS users like kind of it, you go from panel to panel, they slide across the screen, how they might swipe from the left side across to go back. All of those things mean that, in my opinion, you're not making the best experience for your users by using a wrapper. That's again nothing against people who publish wrappers, who until Bubble really releases a strong native app builder, wrappers can get you a really long way, can offer amazing features to add into your app. Oh, in-app purchases would be another thing that a good wrapper would enable you to do. But I think that there are serious limitations. So personally, I would not be going down the route of using a wrapper, especially with the native app builder just around the corner. Although Bubble have been promising that it's just around the corner for many months, if not years now. So this is my warning, but also flagging up what I found works and what doesn't work when it comes to using a wrapper. And that's basically, if you don't have access to the native app builder, that is the only way that you can publish your app to the Google Play Store or the Apple iOS Store today.